Hi everyone, it's Brett, and welcome to Game Domain. Today, we're going to be doing another ranking of the 6 Paper Mario games. It's been 3 years since the last video, and some things have changed since then in terms of my opinions on the games. I also implore you, watch the entire video before you comment or dislike. Just listen to what I have to say. With that being said, let's get into the video. Number 6, Super Paper Mario. While I used to love this game, I now see all the flaws with it. Instead of just having a simple story that's easy to understand, they made this complex and unique tale that introduces new characters, plot twists, and motives that were previously not seen in Mario games. I don't know about you, but I like when the story in a Paper Mario game is just Bowser kidnaps the princess and that's it. Then the gameplay. Wow, it's not even an RPG. Someone in the comment section of the last ranking informed me that Super Paper Mario isn't an RPG just because it's not one in his opinion. And even though its official label says otherwise, it has many RPG elements, but it does lack turn-based battling. Now, as for graphics, why is it all blocky? This isn't an NES game. It's a Wii game from 2007. The characters should look more modern instead of being blocky like the rest of the world. Clearly, Nintendo was just being lazy with the designs. I also despise how many unique characters and environments are in the game. I don't care about brand new interesting characters or never before seen places to explore. I want the typical new Super Mario Bros. Worlds that feel just the same. I like that familiarity, along with all the NPCs being toads. It's just a lot more comforting seeing all these characters and places that I'm used to instead of something new. I'd like to thank people in the comment section of the previous Paper Mario rankings and let them know my opinion on this game was incorrect, so I could truly see this game for what it actually is. Number 5, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Why exactly is this game the most popular? Because it took an already supposedly fun experience with its predecessor and just made improvements to combat, characters, level design, abilities, story, music, and exploration? Maybe that's what casuals think, but real fans? We prefer the more recent games in the series. A lot of criticisms with Super Paper Mario, I also have with the Thousand-Year Door. Why is there a big world to explore with hidden items and Easter eggs all over the place? Why are there brand new characters at every corner instead of generic toads? Why did Intelligent Systems try to tell a story here that isn't about Bowser kidnapping Peach? And also, why'd they make this game an RPG with so many different badges to use, partners to aid you in combat, incentives to battle by earning skill points, and, oh yeah, making the battling fun instead of tedious and pointless like in recent games? It's like the game is forcing me to get into fights when I just want to be a pacifist. This isn't a bad game by any means, but it just has too much content, and they tried to do something different here by being unique, which, I don't know about you, but I'm just not a fan of. Number 4, Paper Mario. The Thousand-Year Door's predecessor has a lot of the same issues. The incentives to fight, amount of badges, big world to explore, unique characters. Really, the reason I like this game better is that there are more toads, the world is smaller, and the story has Bowser kidnapping Peach. Combat's less intricate, and the environments just aren't as unique. This game would have been better if instead of having exploration and partners with personalities, they just made a world map with distinct levels, had one partner for the entire game, and got rid of the Peach interludes. The Thousand-Year Door had these too, but it's not any better in the original. There's not too much more to say about Paper Mario 64, since most of the issues I have with it, I already talked about with Thousand-Year Door, and they remain true here. I really just wish they started off the series more like the next 3 games on the list, so we'd already have more adventures like it. Number 3. The Origami King. Now, here's where the series starts to get real good. Nintendo got tons of complaints for close to a decade at the release of this game by fans of the series, who weren't happy that their favorite series had been stripped of so many qualities and features the original 3 games had. It started with Sticker Star, continued with Color Splash, and continued further with Origami King. Origami King unfortunately had a villain who wasn't Bowser as the main antagonist, and went to a more open world compared to the world maps of the previous 2 games. Luckily, most of the NPCs are still toads instead of unique characters with personalities, and for the most part, they stick to the typical Mario World themes, although they do try and change it up a little bit, which is unfortunate because I love when they go with the same themes they used in every single game with almost no changes. They still don't have any incentive to battle, which is a win, and the battle system is as tedious as ever. I also love how Nintendo gets more obsessed with the paper theme in each entry. Instead of just having it as an art style with the occasional gag like the first couple games, it's now the main mechanic of the game, and you can't go without the fact that the world and characters are made of paper in your face every 5 seconds. Hopefully Nintendo goes back to this style, but takes out some of the uniqueness that Origami King tried to do, and makes it more like the game that's ranked a little higher on this list. Number 2, Color Splash. I talked about this a little with Origami King, but Nintendo got tons of backlash after Sticker Star released, so you'd think that they'd either go back to that style that so many fans loved, or try something new, but instead, they made a sequel to Sticker Star. Most people see this as a bad thing, but myself, along with many people who weren't even alive for the release of the first 3 games, we love this. Color Splash takes the same paper gimmick, world map, lack of originality, lack of story, lack of battle upgrades, etc., and put it in HD. They also added paint. Gone are tedious and pointless sticker battles. Now we have pointless and tedious card battles. You paint the cards. Isn't that so cool? Now, something I don't like is how they added a very slight upgrade system from battling, which is just being able to hold more paint. But you already have more than enough, so it doesn't really come into play. Nintendo heard your complaints about all the Sticker Star NPCs being toads, and they doubled down on it. Sometimes you just gotta love Nintendo's insistence in doing what they want and not what the majority of fans want. Number 1, Sticker Star, where the new style of Paper Mario games all started. They took out most of the RPG elements of the first 3 games, and they replaced it with linear levels and a world map, infinite toads as NPCs, and not toads with personalities or cool designs, just normal toads. They made really tedious and confusing backtracking, and they took away the new environments and characters we'd typically see in a new Paper Mario game. They removed partners and pixels, and gave you just one companion. They took away any incentive to battle, and they just made it about collecting stickers, and so much more. Maybe fans of the series were upset to see this series become a shell of what it used to be. But like I said with Color Splash, a lot of kids who never played any of the game in the series said that this was their favorite, and that fans of the original games who are old enough to legally get a job in most US states are just blinded by nostalgia, and that the Sticker Star style truly is the best. Sticker Star's lack of story and tedious gameplay really was amazing, and that's why it is number 1. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this... Okay, there's something kind of obvious that I have to admit here. This is an April Fool's video. If you understand what April Fool's is, or you can even pick up on sarcasm to the smallest degree, you probably already knew this video was a joke. If anything, it's more of a commentary on how the Paper Mario series has become a shell of its former self to the dismay of so many fans. The list is in fact the reverse list of my actual opinion. Even though I made it pretty obvious that this list was satire, I'm sure there'll be some people freaking out in the comments, so take a look for yourself and see some of the mayhem. If you did understand that it was sarcasm and found the video to be funny, go ahead and let us know in the comments. Give us a little breath of fresh air. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and turn on notifications. This has been Brett with Game Domain. April Fools.